right, let's go. Are we recording? Are we on? I think we are. Let's start the show. All right, hello, good evening. Welcome to My Manic Mondayz, where movies and mental health meet. This is Monday, July 29th, 2024, 10:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're talking episode 93, Reset the Deck. Let's get started. Hey, how's everybody doing? What's up, brother? Hey, consistency. Been coming in. Jerry, you're here. Thank you for showing up on time. And I do have some. I do have like a few announcements, but for the most part, I do have a schedule that I'm trying to work on right now, so we can do this more. I kind of miss doing those the streaming, so I was trying to figure out exactly how to get it going. How to get the streaming going where I can like feel like there's a purpose, and I think I've gotten pretty close to the break's good. The break was good, but I'm thinking of doing my schedule for more streaming. I do like it, and now that the fall's coming, I like the fall a lot. But we'll get into it. Welcome to My Manic Mondayz. This is an interactive vlog, so to speak. I like to keep a window open of just if anybody ever needs to get a hold of me, and this is the easiest time to get a hold of me. And I've been doing this already going on 3 years. So I'm in 3 years already. I'm already going on year 4. So I'm already like I'm understanding how this works. Starting to really get the nuts and bolts. We're on episode 93. If you've gotten all the way to episode 93, you should know what you're doing. I mean, we're all the way on episode like 87 on side by side. We've been on pause for a little bit. Our meet times are off. But yeah, I've been doing good. Been enjoying it. I do have some stuff to talk about. So look, I'm starting to really get how we do this. How we actually here we go. Where are we at? There we go. And this is called what do you call it? Reset the deck. Just like in like cards. You have to like, just reset the deck, start to shuffle them, get them back to cut them, get them back to for where you started, and I feel like it's a good time right now for me to like I feel like I've processed a lot of things the last few weeks. I feel like I've been open up more than ever I can be, and I'm like, all right, I'm past that, so let's keep going. I feel better. Even like today, today I got to talk to you about stand up tonight. Man, there was like a construction company at our open mic, and they didn't go for us. They went there to go hang out, play cornhole, and they were chucking it. They were cornholing it, and I said, "Oh, I see some of you are playing cornhole. Oh, well, wow, that's cool, man. Later you'll be playing a game. It's fun." Two of the guys were like, "Oh." But it was cool. We had like a construction company, apartment complex. We found out that they were doing their like a quarterly meeting. I don't know. They're just meeting. They're hanging out. There was like 50 people there. So we had a audience tonight. Usually it's just comics, but we had some people there. I make it a point to be like number 1 or at least number 2. I will get there early before everybody else, just so I get set up, help out as much as I can. And I want to be able in the top ones because I want to be able to get the party going or get the evening going and try to be an opener. That's kind of what I was trying to focusing on. But tonight, one of the local comedians that's really, really good. He's I want to say, I mean, he's always at the mothership performing there, and he's a paid comic, and his name's Francisco Ricon, and he's really good. I had to go after him. So he like did his thing, which is like make people laugh. and he kept that fire up there, and I was like, all right, my turn. But I was happy that he did that, not me. So it worked out that he went first, not me, because he really set the bar. He was like, here, guys, here's comedy, boom. And I was like, all right, I see where I need to be. So that was cool. There's only like 11 of us, maybe 9, 10, 11, something like that. But we did good. I think a lot of people really like, we usually, when you just talk around comics, small numbers, maybe 20 people at max, 30 if you're good, but like to have like that many people there was a lot, and it was fun. One thing I wasn't used to was audience noise, ambient noise, like people talking, people holding conversations. And then it's weird because that's a lot of people. That's the most people I've ever. I mean, oh yeah, I forgot. I did a show this weekend, so we'll do some clips of that. But Electrònico Funtastico. But I like going up there, and like you can kind of hear people, like you can hear like conversations, but it's crazy because they're having conversations and they're listening to me too. Because I'd said something, and somebody who I kind of looked somebody down. I was like, oh man, they're talking. And I looked down in that direction, and I said the joke, and they laughed, and I was like, oh, they're listening to me, or it was like they left, and I looked, and I was like, okay, because if they would laugh in the conversation, it would have been different. But I don't know, it was cool. Like I haven't done comedy around that many people before. I mean, I have one time, but that was a long time ago. But that was different. But I'll say that what I did tonight was fun. I was like, oh, I get to play. And I even gave the, because we used to do 4 minutes. Sometimes there's a lot of people, you get three, but there was only a little, so we got 5 minutes. And I was like, man, I'm only prepared for like three and a half, two and a half for sure, three okay, but three and a half maybe. But I felt like there was a good 30, 40 seconds where I was kind of like, and then I just got comfortable, and I went to my like some stupid joke I have about soaking, and worked out. I hadn't. I'm learning the process of telling the joke, doing the punchline, set up punchline, and then being able to walk on stage, tell your opening, your mid, and your ending, and your closing. So I've kind of touched for sure the beginning and the middle. I'm working on closing now, like ending on a good laugh, ending when because I did have a good pop, but it was like at 3 minutes. I was like, I still got another two. I want to get there. So after that, it kind of did this little thing. But for the most part, my TV's right here. For the most part, I think I had a good time with just yeah, dude. Thank you, brother. Man, I got confidence on that one. I mean, it's not gonna be the same every time, but I was, because I did the show this weekend, and I felt like I was like, man, I gotta just try. And I it was like this weekend, like it was like every third joke hit. Like it was like, boom, uh, boom. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of just gonna clunk this thing. But then what happened was, tonight I kind of already felt that. So tonight I was like, let me just try to get the rollover, the transition. Let me try to get that going. And yeah, I didn't really, I did the today. I did the tell setup joke hit. All right, try to keep it going. Okay, stop, pause, come back. All right. I was kind of like driving standard shift in the jokes tonight. I was kind of like a little clunky, but there was a good 2 beats, 3 beats where I was like, all right, I did okay. This is where I'm also coming up to about with this show. I need to kind of promote it more. I need to really let people know what I'm doing. Apparently, a lot of people were hitting me up about the show this weekend, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know you did this." And I was like, "Well, you commented on the thing last time, and the time before. Like, this is the thing I'm doing now." So yeah, I'm comfortable enough to be on stage. I'm comfortable enough to if I'm comfortable enough to talk here on my show here and say whatever I want on the internet, and for it to be recorded, repeated, remixed, whatever, then that's fine. But I think this is good practice too, because I feel that I've maybe just from a science point of view, that I've worked on my vocals enough to like speak and know how long I've been talking for. I mean, I'm right now talking about myself, and if you think about it, this is kind of like some kind of digital way of stand up. Because if I start we're going on a riff or saying jokes, and y'all could interact and comment and stuff, and it kind of does that, in a certain way, but in a digital sense. But yeah, no, I feel good. But I honestly, I'll be honest with you, attitude. I went in there telling myself, "This is what I want to do, so let's do this." So yeah, it wasn't until I talked to my cousin a couple weeks ago that he's the one that brought to my attention that I've been doing this for. I'm going on 8 months now. So next week, when I get on stage, it's gonna be 8 months in a row that I've been doing stand up comedy on Monday nights. And I know I haven't posted like the last 6 attempts or something. It does. I mean, my life's in motion. So if you keep up on me on YouTube, you know that my life's in motion. It's actually going to change to. I'm gonna have a little segment called "My Life in Emotion" because I'm a motion graphic designer, but I'm also emo. So works together. A bunch of play on words. But yeah. So this show is gonna keep going forward, and I need to. I want to do it more with some interviews. I need to get back to when I first started, and kind of I found myself through this. I think about the streaming every day just to show that you could do something for 21 days in a row, and I proved to myself that I could do that. And I think about it now that was kind of like a cry for help, and I just need to get the few people that you need to listen to you and that want to hang out with you. Working on my schedule, working on my timing, working on how to do all this stuff. Yeah, it gets a lot. It becomes a lot. And also I'm running out of memory, so I have a lot of space stuff I gotta delete. So I need to clear out my laptop, and I need to clear out my desktop because they're just full of hardware, well, because data. So I need to like kind of clear it out. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really want to save anything because I found out how to do things quicker too. So when I'm finding out that like if I mess up something like my ad I did this weekend, I can change it real fast. But I didn't do that. But let's talk. What was I say? I got my whole thing set here. So I said, all right, all right. So we did little just openers. I do have some. All right, all right, all right, all right. I got a schedule. I got a shout out to a movie that I'm in. I got the goals and targets, health, suits. All right. So let's start with on My Manic Mondayz, today's episode. Let's start with. Oh, hold on 1 second. I got to do something amateur real quick. I need to make space because I do not have enough space on the StreamYard. So I need to delete one file downloaded 92 last week's episode. Yeah, I have every copy of every show because you never know if somebody's gonna get upset with you and just take your stuff down without your permission, and then you lose all that hard work and you don't have any backup copies, and screwed. Anyways, all right, let's go forward. All right, movies I watched this week. Let's talk about that. I did a I didn't do a review, but I did a Deadpool and Wolverine unboxing gift set video. Went to go watch. I got invited. My boy Reno invited me to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was crazy. It was like an early screening. Like we went in during the day and got out there day, but man, people were posting on this like crazy. They were posting about it like right away. I saw the movie. I was like, all right, cool. I was gonna post later. Like I did, like I always was gonna post later, which I did. But man, people were like hitting it hard. Now I gotta say something about this movie. I really did like it. It's enjoyable. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I don't want to talk about it because it's still new and it's not even out a week, and people are ruining. So like, I'm happy. I got invited because I got invited, and then we got to invite Ty, and we're just hanging out, watching a movie. We're just chilling, and then like you don't think anything of it. We even got these box sets, which was great. I also did lie to somebody about it. They asked me if I got one. I was like, oh, not really. I didn't answer the question. I just didn't say yes or no. I was like, I don't know how to lie very good, so I'm just gonna say, I got there late. Cause I did get one of these. Those are pretty cool. Now I'm finding out they're not. They were just, the pop codes aren't that expensive. These ones, but these are cool. To show you a little glimpse. I did a video on it, but like my matrix. Sam, put the matrix in my chest. This is pretty cool. I really do like this Wolverine variant or whatever they call them. This is a pretty cool one, the yellow suit. But yeah, people are ruining this movie like crazy. They're putting all the spoilers, all the sweet shits on the internet right now. I'm like, what are you doing? Just gotta respect it. I don't understand people like these days. This, you literally have to stay off from the internet to not see any spoilers of this movie. And I was like, I'll just do what I've been doing. I only saw 2 trailers for the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I'd stayed away from everything. There were some things that were pitched at me. What do you think about this? You think they're talking? I was like, stop talking about the movie. I don't want to hear about it. Man, I hope, Jared, I hope you didn't. There's so many like perfect timed Easter eggs in that movie that you could just pick up on, and that I've just noticed that they're all on the internet. They're all on YouTube. Like, that's so crazy how selective YouTube is. Oh, I mean, just because it says spoilers on it, but I mean that you see them in the thumbnail, it ruins it. Like I do not want to talk about the movie, like whether I liked it or not. I don't even go that far. I'll say yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll talk about it like a week, 10 days after it's out. I mean, people are ruining the day of. I remember getting home and being like, oh wow, one of the first trailers, one of the first videos I saw on YouTube was a spoiler, and it was barely out. So see, well, if you don't care, I don't want to talk about it on this thing for another week or two, but yeah, I like getting hit with those surprise. I like I like not knowing. That I got that from like 20 years ago when Salt came out. My girlfriend at the time was like, "Hey, I bought tickets for a movie. Don't make any plans. We're gonna go, and yeah, it's a horror movie. Just know that it's scary, and I want to watch it, and you're gonna watch it with me. That's it. I'm taking you on a date." And I was like, "All right, cool," and went to go see Saw. I knew nothing about the movie, and it was like I didn't see a trailer. I didn't know anything, and I was like, wow, this movie is really good because I usually when I watch a trailer or something, I'll break down the movie or I'll expect something to happen. But no, I saw Saw, and I realized I like to do that. I like to keep myself in the dark because nowadays trailers are like they give everything. They basically give you the whole movie, and they're like, well, come watch the fill in stuff, the gaps. I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think you should be giving up your good stuff. I mean, I know you can hide some stuff, but I don't know. People are just gonna be able to take their camera phones and upload a video of them at the movies ruining your shit, and the platform's not gonna handle that. But they'll get mad at somebody for anything. Somebody not speaking the way they want to be spoken to. That's just I don't know. That's neither here or there. But man, because you got people that put these comments. Just give it to me. No, no. I wanna hold it in, but it's up to me to stay off. So that's the fair game. That's the internet life. Like it's there if you want to see it. It's there if you don't. You could look away, but it's gonna be right here. Look away. Look away. You want to see? I got big hands. You want to see how big my hands are? I got big ass hands. Um, yeah, no, I thought it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Um, I don't know. I just want to rant about the um about the trailer. We saw it last time, or I did a copy of it, but I want to talk about another movie that I saw recently, and we saw it last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, maybe for like Friday night flicks at the house. Oh man, I really loved it. It was it was a good movie. I knew I was gonna like it, but I didn't think I was gonna love it. I was like, this is like cool, but it's like they picked up right where they left off. So I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. Um, I see it. Let's see. I put it in here before I ruin this because I don't want to do a thumbnail real quick. Thumbnail will take too long, but I'm gonna show you the movie that I saw. I posted about it on my IG, anyways. All right, here we go. Surprise, surprise. Here we are. Movie for Friday Night Flicks a couple weeks ago was Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I I could have gone with a different title, but I liked it. I mean, it's about him, right? 2024, rated R, 1 hour, 58 minutes. Action, comedy, crime. Axel Foley returns to Beverly Hills after his daughter's life is threatened and works with old pals John Taggart and Billy Rosewood to uncover a conspiracy. Mark Malloy is the director. Writers are Will Beal, Tom Gormican, and Kevin Eaton. Stars Eddie Murphy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Tyler Page. It's got an award and a win already. For what did it get? Californians. This is the COLA, California on Location Awards. All right, Beverly Hills. I like this movie a lot. I thought this was hilarious. Oh, yeah, my son wants the Jaws Lego set. I thought this movie was hilarious. I honestly think they picked up right where they left off. Like it didn't even feel like oh that's a funny that's a comedian, by the way. I got what's his name? I think he killed it in his cameo. Oh, I don't have his name. I forget who he is. He's funny though. He's funny as hell. Taggart. It's a great movie. Like I'm ruining it for you guys if you haven't seen it. Doing spoilers here, but you got a lot of the older characters, and they bring them back when they bring back the characters like Billy Rosewood, Taggart, even Serge. When they bring them back, like it's literally like they didn't leave, and they worked them well. I like that movie a lot. I thought that movie was way, but it's literally like the beat for a Beverly Hills Cop movie. Dun, 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 dun. Beverly Hills Cop 1 is kind of Like Beverly Hills Cop 2, but it's almost like Beverly Cop 3. You got this movie, Beverly Hills Cop 4, still kinda has the same beats. I kinda like it because 'cause I'm on my stupid seat. I'll say that, this movie, it was great. It had good, like, it was as Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy was being Eddie. I was laughing because I was calling out some of the. I was like, "Watch, he's gonna have to do this. He's gonna have to, what do you call it? He's gonna have to talk about this. He's gonna say this. Look at," and I got it right. It's kinda like knowing your character, which was really cool. But, yeah, I thought Axel F from Beverly Hills Cop was a good one on Netflix. Give it a shot if you're into. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's kinda weird because even, like, now I was doing open mics, like, I'm middle-aged, and I can feel it because there's people 20 years younger than me that are there and people 20 years older than me that are there, and, God, finding relative actors for movies today is really hard. I said Nick Nolte the other day, and, they're, "Ah, cool, it sounds like a cool name, but who's that?" I'm like, 48 hours? Oh, you weren't even that's like 20 years before you're born, shit. It's like trying to find I was like, "You ever see the Eric Bana Incredible Hulk? He's the dad." Like, "Oh, okay." It's really hard to, like I was trying to figure it out, like, it's hard to kind of that's what we're doing in movie stores. We could all stay relevant because I really I was hard it's like it's hard to explain, like because I do know like newer stuff, but it's like there's certain movies that are iconic that like if you're a filmmaker, you have to have seen. Like seriously, if you're a filmmaker and nowadays and you're 20 years old, or if you want to be a filmmaker and you don't know how to get started, you watch Clerks and you watch Mariachi and you watch these independent films, you watch Reservoir Dogs and just it's not the fact that like, hey, um, what do you call it? This is a hard thing to do or hey, like anybody can do it. It's like see how they do it on smaller scales because bigger movies have huge scales, so they can do whatever they want. But smaller independent movies, you gotta figure it out. You gotta do it. You gotta make the scene. You gotta make the movie. So a lot of the stuff I've been doing the last few years is just the other side of the self healing. I've always been doing. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 26, so I've always been like this. But I'm just exposing myself a little bit more of like, hey, look, showing you like this is who I am. But the filmmaking, I just have to kind of learn more of this about the inspiration, this passion, where the motivation comes from, all that. Because shooting a scene, you can just shoot, you can just get a camera, do some acting, block it, do a stage here, and you at that college you get the foundation. I don't want that foundation anymore. You want to see a show that you've been putting time into things like jokes. Today was next week's 8 months of me doing stand up comedy, and I can feel a difference from when I first got on till now. But that's the difference. You can see the difference. There's a lot more confidence there just being on stage, but it does take time. I only go once a week. I can only do a minimum of 4 to 5 minutes, and that only gives me, in a month, I went up 20 times. I went up for 20 minutes, which is like not a lot when somebody can do a whole 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to find some more spots closer to my house. I think also the fact that when I wake up and write jokes, it helps me out with my other writing. And just recently, like I just recently went through something like mentally, so I got to process something. So I'm feeling a lot better and being able to speak and do what I want to do and say what I want to say on any projects or anything. I get questioned so much by so many random people. I just don't need to reply. I don't need to reply to anybody anymore. It's just I don't think people understand that's how social media works. So I think some people think that just because you reply to somebody, you need to get a response right away. Like I don't have time to. If I respond to you and to the next person, it's a conversation I'm having with. Like it takes like an hour just to hang up. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I don't care if I'm rude or not. I don't have time. Like, I gotta move forward. And this all leads up to me to another movie I saw not too long ago. We saw it at the movie theater. Now I see it's on Disney Plus. Probably gonna watch it again. Inside Out 2. Want to talk about? This is a mental health movie. I mean, like I said, I talked about this before a little bit. This one is right for that preteen teenager and parents. But like I took my kid. He's 6. He didn't. He got some of the jokes, but he didn't really get the whole thing. And I think they're not all for like parent jokes. This is right in that middle area. So this is Inside Out 2, 2024, PG, 1 hour 36 minutes, animation adventure comedy. A sequel that features Riley entering puberty and experiencing brand new, more complex emotions as a result. As Riley tries to adapt to her teenage years, her old emotions try to adapt to the possibility of being replaced. Director Kelsey Mann, writers Meg is that Lafeve? Lafarve? Nah, Lafay, Dave Holstein, and Kelsey Mann. Stars Amy Poehler, Maya Hawke, and Kensington Tallman. Um, Yeah, Bill Hader's not in this one. No, I was like, "What? What's going on?" But yeah, no, so this one, I will say that, like I said, good for that preteen, I think, because I mean, they're all is about puberty, so I feel like, we watched it because it's like we're like, "Yeah, it's a Disney movie, let's go." And I don't think my kid didn't get a lot of stuff, which is fun, but, we the parents did, so, um, there's anxiety. A lot of these things, it just kinda shows you how they reflect in Riley and then how they can be inside of you, and you kinda see the mom's and the dad's point of view, and this one did the thing I did like about this reminded me of basketball camp and all the basketball, all that junior high year where I just those 2 3 years where I just focused on basketball and just I didn't think about it to like prep for high school. I was just playing basketball, but it wasn't until I got into high school or like we got closer. I was like, oh, I need to step my game up. Like I need to like be the dominant one in my grade area and then try to shoot forward a little bit. But you figure that out. You kind of get it. I was kind of cool where I was at. She was like 13. Yeah, I was kind of cool where I was at, but I didn't know you should strive harder or push harder. Or I mean, it is what it is. But it's up to you to do with your time. But no, I like. I think this movie, for all in all purposes, it's good. It's just like the second one. It's not really like it's a mind movie. It's not like it's a mental health movie. Saw the podcast this week with you and Ty, DJ Chaotic. It was not bad. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so let's talk about the podcast I'm doing. Wait, that didn't kill me podcast. I'm gonna start promoting that a little bit more. I've always done streaming. I know I have the capabilities of podcasting, but now I'm just seeing me work through it and understanding how to podcast. Appreciate it, Jared. Thank you for being a supporter and just having my back. Never thought in a million years that I would be doing something like this, but here I am. So it's cool. It makes sense though. I do a lot of self-reflection and I was like, how did I get here? And I can connect the dots how I got to everything, but I see why I did the things I do. But the podcasting is awesome. It did something to me because not only is Ty a good friend of mine, trying to work with him a lot. I'm trying to see where can I go and what am I doing. I've dipped my toes into too many things, and I'm trying to like try to keep like everything going. But I'm like, all right, let's start focusing on a few things here and there. Ty and I always have like really good conversations. Yeah, I took him to the. Yeah, he was my I was a he was my plus one. Oh, not this one. He was my plus one for the. Oh, I took it down already, but for the Deadpool movie. So I took time, learning how to like just podcast and talk and communicate. All this stuff is challenging in its own way. It's kind of a game you're playing. But the Wait That Didn't Kill You or Wait That Didn't Kill Me podcast is about we interview people that take risks. And there are just so many people in the city now that are taking big risks and making movies and doing comedy, doing rap, doing whatever they can. Um, and it's just trying to move forward, but it makes me started doing more risks, making me start being more vocal, start talking about like more feelings in a way, but talking more about like what I need to do, like specific. Because I was tiptoeing around things, but Ty's literally bringing me these filmmakers, modern day filmmakers that are filmmaking for a living, and then they're looking at me like, "Hey, come on, you need to come back and play." And I'm like, "I know what." I kind of veered off a little bit, but not in a bad way. I have to do it this way because I have a kid and I got to make sure he's priority number one. And I want to make sure my communication with him is always good. Um, I did get I did get reprimanded right now because I stayed a little bit because there was only like 10 of us or 11 of us for stand up, so I stayed the whole time and didn't really spend too much time with my kid today because I was like, hey, work and between this and having to like get ready for stand up and all that, I get a little exhausted and I did get a little earful right now. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it is what it is. We got to work on our ourselves and work with the people we're with, and people that make us strong, the people that help us out, help us get where we need to go. And I like it because it's more like I'm happy with the schedule now because I'm like, all right, let me see because when school starts up again, he goes to first grade, and that gives me some time to work on this and do other things. So I'm looking at I'm going back around and being like, all right, we're gonna do this again. That's how we're doing this. This is it's repeating. So let's focus on this and do that. And the streaming is one thing I want to do. The I want to do fantasy football show, so that's one thing I need to start getting ready. There's also a documentary I want to start doing. I've been bringing it together. It's called Missing the Misfit. Um, Man, I've been talking about this for about a month now with some people. There are some people in life that you meet and you see them, and they have like an energy and an aura, a love to them. Like, yeah, your boy CJ is likable, but sometimes I keep things too real, or I come at things with a different angle just because, trying to figure things out. But there are some people that you meet that you love and you want to see them do good. You always want them. They're always, and no matter what they do, they may not get you. They may not understand where you come from, but they get you. I mean, y'all get y'all get it. And sadly, we lost somebody like that in our community, in the AGBL community, in 2020, like right before pandemic, or actually probably during, but not from, but from pandemic stuff. But we lost somebody, and I think about them a lot, and I just kind of like, I can't be the only one. So I started digging a little bit, doing a little research, and started talking to people in the league, and I'm finding out that there's a lot of people that miss this person. So I would like to kind of see them and see them and talk to other people about this individual and also the community that we're in. That policy you mentioned about social media, you mentioned is important. I deal with that issue with my manic side. Yeah, dude. No, look at this, man. Messenger, Instagram, TikTok, text message, email. That's just 5. If you message me on one of these and I don't get back to you, it's because I'm stuck on the other 4. It's like, I don't, that's why I'm like, oh, I need to talk to this person. But it's like, God, so funneling it and stuff, that's one thing for me. And then like getting, I'm liking that YouTube my YouTube algorithm's kind of boring right now. I think it's trying to get me bored, be like, you need to produce more stuff because this is where we're at, right? The stuff you like is just this. It's just healthy, boring stuff. Like maybe you could spice it up or maybe just add to it or whatever. But yeah, dude, social media, man, it's a lot. But if anything we're learning about this show and myself, I always just keep going forward whether I like it or not. So I'm just preparing myself. Like, how are we doing this to be on social media? Because honestly, JR, like with you right now, you and me and the few people that are in here, like this is cool. Like, bro, you have a question, like, hey CJ, how did I can talk to you right now. This is easy for me. And because this is like I'm taught myself how to do this. But like to like, man, like share like memes, share gifs, share all that, and then the reply back. It's harder than I would just be like, all right, see you later. Let's go to school. All right, see you later. And then taking off. But I'm seeing though that I'm not, I don't know, that word influencer really bugs me still. I'm older. I don't want to be no influencer. But you're always a role model. You're always an influencer, no matter what. No matter if you have younger siblings, you have kids, or you without knowing, you're always going to be some kind of role model to society just for existing. Um, I think it's important that we kind of figure out the distance, but also too, because when I'm doing this, I'm not with them, so they turn on me when I'm here too much. So if you see a lot of me here, it's either I'm balanced out or I'm picking one side over, and they get mad at me. So I'm not just being honest, because I don't want to like I don't want to say that like I'm trying my best, to do this, and I don't want to do it, but there's 2 folds, there's 2 sides to a story. When I say I don't wanna do it, I don't want to when I say that, I mean, I wanna do this by saying, like, I don't wanna feel forced to do this. I don't wanna feel like, "You tired, you're exhausted, you look like shit, you got it now." Yes, that is part of it, but I gotta work at that. What I'm trying to say is there's, like, 2 parts to this, and like I want to keep 1 foot in and 1 foot in here, 1 foot out. But just do it. Just figure out timing. Figure out like screening. I don't want to be on the screen too much for my eyes. All right, we know that we're gonna have to be at the. We have an hour. We have to do tonight. Focus. Just all preparing. It's funny how boring life is, and then once you start organizing, how super boring it gets. But now you have like more time on your hands, maybe some more money, but it's what you want to do with it. I think it's good to get out of your head and not panic and not like stop controlling things and stop trying to control people in a sense of like, oh, I can rely on them. They'll say this or that. Nah, just be yourself, be a representative of yourself, represent who you are, and just show up. Because by you showing up, that just gets you one step closer to the people that aren't doing it. That just gets you closer from people that aren't gonna do something. So like I said, I'm at episode 93. Does this even sound like does that even look like I know what I'm doing? Maybe something. But I'm putting my where was I putting my time into things, But I don't care. I like this. I like meeting up with people. I like talking on here. Um, I can be myself. And also, what else? What else was I gonna say? No, but I mean, it's cool. Yeah, the being on this is screen things that bothers me. Like there's screens like everywhere, like just screens. So I'm trying to like break off from it. But now it's also the audio got me lately. I've been listening to a lot of things over the years, and now something like podcasting, short stories. I listen to a lot of short stories. Um, I listen to a lot of bad ones too, so I need to stop doing that because I'm, like, picking up habits. But listening to short stories and stuff like that, like, I'm now just, like, unplugged and I can, like, muscle memory clean and stuff, so we've been doing a lot of cleaning here. It's just kinda funny how physical I have to, like, actually physically I'm out of storage, or I was in my garage, but now I have to, like, clean out again. It's just like cleaning out your files, like, it's so crazy how the computer they've, made the computer like it's in real life, but it's not. It's a simulation of real life, but it has the same pattern, so your brain picks up on that. I was into a podcast the other day, and they said that if you, think you did something, is still pays the same amount of dopamine hit as if you did it, and I have a family member that does that shit really bad, and I mean, they've showed other people how then I'm like, "Oh, yeah," and I'm like, "Dude, that's like getting high off, like, nothing, like, getting high off your own bullshit." And, I think about it, I'm like, "Oh, that's why they're where they're at." And they like, "Oh, if you're still getting that hit and you're not doing anything, that's weird." So, I'm more of just like, "Let's just get it going." It's crazy. Looking back now, you were doing the morning show every day plus Monday night show. Yeah, dude. It's kind of funny. No, I can do it. I can do it. I'm like, watch, I'll share the schedule right now. We'll talk about the schedule. But it's just I just want to make sure I have a purpose. And that's another thing. Like sometimes I used to okay, let me share this with you. Do I have one in here? I think I can. All right, I'll do it with this. Here's a demonstration. I didn't realize there's a lot of schooling inside of me. I don't give myself any credit for that. So I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. But I've been in classes forever. Like even tutorial. I was raised in tutorials and stuff, with teachers and whatnot. But I used to get like a blank canvas. It used to freak me out. Like I used to be like, what do you put on it? Whatever you want. Well, what do you mean? Like whatever you want to put on. You can do whatever. Just put it on here. And I used to be like, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do. What? And I used to get so mad. But now I'm like, okay, now I love a canvas, a blank, empty canvas, because now it's like I've taught myself how to do so many things. So if we're just want to like, if we don't have a story, we want to make a story up. We're just like, what do we do? So we'll just start making things. So it's kind of like my go-to, the line down the middle, the hot dog. You just start making some lines here, lines there. We just start here, music like this. We just start doing stuff. Works better with the dry erase board because I like to erase, but this one could work too, doing this way. So we just kind of figure out what we're doing, and it'll pop out. And we just look. So now we had a blank canvas, right? We didn't have anything on it. We didn't know what we're doing. And we were like, hey, but now we look at it. We have something here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks at. Things will pop out to you. Things will stick out. So you got to focus on those, right? But let's just see something. Like I'm already off the top of my head. I'm already like, well, I've been thinking about the movie Tacos Burritos. So how about we make this a little angry burrito? See, look at that. How it just kind of comes out like this. So you just kind of, oh, sorry. You just kind of, hola, señor. I'm a burrito. Get mad at me. But because I have a movie called Tacos Burritos I've been writing. Oh, God damn it. Sorry. And then you do, there you go. So now we have like a face. But now we can make anything out of this face. This will be a burrito, but now it's an actual person. A fisherman. What is this fisherman doing? I don't know. Catching things. So just kind of work. See how we just kind of bullshitted this just by that, just by finding things that we look. I didn't even realize there was gonna be a tongue there. But you just you do it. So what I'm trying to say is, when I do things organically or I do things on the whim or on the whiz because I can. I've taught myself to do the whole alchemist thing, pick up what you can and where you can. But with this, I did this way too with podcasting and streaming. Or if this talk, because now I know I do CJ does two things, streaming and podcasting. So we're gonna focus on streaming. Podcasting is hard for me right now because I haven't figured it out. But once I figure out, it's different. It's not like this. It's not like this at all. It's like you look, it gives the same result, but the way to get there is not the same. But for streaming, I was like, let me just get on there. Let me see. And also, what it was doing for me is when I can reflect. I need something to look at. So when I first started streaming, like day one, when it looks like this, you get to day 21, you're like here, and you're like, okay, okay, how did I get here? I don't know. We just started doing it. That's what I do. So that's why I kind of was saying it's a scream. It was like a cry for help or something. But honestly, it really called myself out because I was like, are you really fucking doing something? Or are you just kind of really? Are you just you got these hobbies that you're kind of trying to grow on, or grow some fucking shit and let's see, produce something and let's see. I had to turn around on myself and pretend like I pretend that I'm my own graphic designer, writer, and videographer, and how behind an editor, how behind they are. So at that point, I was like, you know what? That's where the video store is coming from. I'm learning all the positions to put them in and put people in, and we're having fun with that. But I think at a certain point, I was like, this can go forward, but I need to just build material. We need to find like wood. Like let's say we're in the forest and we're stranded and we need to do a fire. We need to go find wood. We need to go find scraps. We need to find things that are flammable, things we can light, make fire with, so we can survive. This is what I was doing with the store. I was like, where's the wood at? That's not wood. Can this is this flammable? What is this? I don't see anything. Like everything's wet, everything's moist. Let's figure this out. This is what I was doing. I was going on like a little adventure, and y'all just have to come with me. So now when we go back to streaming again, it will have a deadline, but I want to stream like. So let's talk about this real quick. I think I have one more thing to talk about. Oh, I had one more movie. We'll go into that something else, but let's go straight into the schedule. So Mondays, I'm gonna do 10:05 to like 11:15 for My Manic Mondays. That's Monday night. Tuesdays I'm off because I need to find another place to do an open mic. Wednesday, I'm gonna do a streaming show in the morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and that's gonna be shop talk, and that'll be focusing on the show on the video store. Thursday night. So this is an actual schedule I'm gonna try to do for a good. We're gonna try to do it like September, October, and November for sure. Um, and that's the fantasy football league I want to do on Thursday nights because we have Thursday night football on Prime. I want to get some friends together that are people that would take fantasy football serious. People that are like die hard. They don't care if they're the last team. They're gonna keep playing throughout the season because this is a big boy league. This is gonna be like money involved, or money transactions and everything. I'm gonna do my first time. I've been commissioning for sure the last 11 years. I've been a commissioner of fantasy football, and now the last I'm like on my other leagues. I'm the commissioner in those leagues too. So I'm like, this is something I do. So I'm gonna focus on this, and let's see if we can have fun with it. So I want to do like just a show on Thursday nights for the fantasy football where you have 12 players, including myself. I pull myself as a commissioner. I go into a player role after commissioner duties, and then we just kind of hang out. We live stream, and then if you're part of the league and you want to come in and do a live stream and we talk. If not, you can chime in for the first half of the football game on Thursday night. We just catch up, hang out, just fantasy stuff. I'm looking forward to that. So I'm gonna try to get that set up for Thursday. Fridays I can't do morning shows because it's like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I have to be at work early. Like Saturday at 5 a.m. and then Thursday and Friday. The earlier I am, the better. So it's like 7:30 on Friday, and then like 8 o'clock on Thursday. So like the earlier I'm up, the more I have to go focus on work. But I'm learning to shut the hell up and just do my job. And if I move up, I've already tried so hard to move up. They're not gonna move me up. So I'm done with that phase. Do my job that I already have now. Be grateful that I have a job and go for it. Even though my ankles are messed up today, like I was hurting after work today. So like I know I can't be here much longer, but I'm just gonna keep going until I have to. I've worked till the wheels fall off, and I just have to wait and put them back on and try not to get there. But I think now that I'm open about it, understanding more of my awareness on this thing, and actually giving a schedule and letting people know where I'm at, I think it'll be easier. So Friday nights, I want to do something like Friday night flicks, 7:30, 8:30. We pick a movie and we talk about it, then we watch it, or we just kind of talk a movie. I'm gonna watch it and everybody talk about it later. And then Saturday, I'm gonna have off, but I might be open to something. So right now, basically Tuesdays and Saturdays, I'm off. And then on Sundays, I might be off, but I was also thinking like maybe I could stream from like 12 to 2. I like football, so um, I like more of the fantasy stat stuff, but we'll see. But that's basically the schedule. I'll be posting this in the Facebook group for My Manic Movies, and just so you know, and my probably my CJ, so you know how to get a hold of me when it comes to streaming because I like doing this. I really do. And now that my brother got me back into playing video games again, I have been playing again. the addiction for video games. I'm off the wagon again. I relapsed on video games, but I know how to like kind of. We killed 4 hours yesterday, but still, that was fun hanging out with my brother. So I love him, so I'll do anything he wants to do, and that's not bad. That's not too crazy. I feel bad for this life. I don't do shit, honestly. Like consumer never did college. What? Like a consumer never did college. 32 seems too late, bro. Damn bad, bro. Dude, that's the beauty of it, man. Like, let me read this. 'Cause I read it all stupid. JR said, I feel bad for this life. I don't do shit, honestly. Like a consumer never did college. 32 seems too late, bro. Down bad, bro. You can laugh at yourself. That's what I do. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want to hear? Because I don't know, man. Like, it's what you make of it, you know? And I feel fucking stupid because every time I tell people I'm sober and ask me how long I was drinking for, I said, oh, since I was 15, and I do the math, and they hit me like a dumbass. Like, I was drinking for 25 years. I don't know where a lot of that time went, but I know I was fighting something. I know I was trying to just try to step away, try to be myself, and this life was doing that. Like I said, I come from a horrible environment. My background sucks. If we want to go, we'll go down. Like we'll go down a little. I'll show you before we leave. Like we'll go down a famous little page from my hometown and what the fuck they do and post all the time. And it's just like I like lying. Look what you are, where you are. But sucks, dude. Because even when you feel like you figured out what you want to do, the environment, your society, your world around you can fucking crumble you down, right? But that's good because that's when you know you're you and you can be yourself and you do something different. Because even if you're like the bad apple in the bunch, you're not like the bunch then. You get to be your version. And you can change. You just say you could be a good apple, you know? And I don't know, man. I'm saying 32, dude. That's super young, bro. What do you want to hear? Nice line. I got I don't know what to tell you because it's like I could show you, you know, I could show you. Like, let me show you what I'm doing. This is you brought this out in me, by the way. So you get credit for you don't do shit. You do this shit that I'm doing, you get credit. Because there I was, like, what the fuck do I do? Where do I come back? Do I do this? Like you pulled that shit out of me. You called me out. I'm here. You're here. We're occupying the same time at two different places. That's it. If you and I lived in the same area, we'd probably be in the town hall. I'd be on the podium and you'd be there going like, "Fuck yeah, man." And that's cool. That's good. So you do have value and you do have purpose. You just got to find it where you can. And you got to just believe in yourself. It sucks. And that's why I did the Stan Lee thing. Thank you. Maybe that's why I need to do it. Dude, I like hanging out with you. This is how you pitch ideas. This is how you grow. You know, like I've been saying, like I say, what do you want to hear? Like, what do you want me to tell you? Because there's nothing I can. All I can do is I don't know your path. I don't know your life. All I'm saying is we found a intersection where we meet. Let's take it from there. Let's go from there. Let's talk about things. Thank you. Very true. I mean, you got to, man. I've like, dude, I need. That's why I need to do a paywall, dude. Because the shit I can talk about, I feel more comfortable where I know only a few people that are willing to pay to hear me. Like, I can really get into it. But we here, I'm learning. I'm just kind of capping myself a little bit. But it's up to you, brother. It's up to you. You know, if you don't try, you're gonna get zero results. If you try, you're gonna get a result. You might not like it, but you can grow off that result. You can do something with that result. I don't know, man. It's like if I would look back at myself at 32, because my kid came when I was 34, so I was already kind of like I'm already going. Like I said, I haven't done hardcore drugs or powders or anything like coke. I haven't done it since I was 26. I'm now 40. It took me 14 years, but those first few years were the hardest because I didn't quit at 26. I was trying to quit at 23 and 24, and I couldn't. So it took me time to put into myself to learn how to break this habit and see other people and see what they did and what they're not doing and seeing all the losers that I was like, dude, you're not doing well. You're doing horrible. Pass that shit. We're on the same boat for the people to think they're better than you. It's just like whatever. But it's up to like it's up to you, right? So at 26, I stopped doing. I feel like I finally was like, all right. I can stop doing drugs, and then I didn't feel good until I was 30. I didn't see any change. I didn't see any dividends. I didn't see nothing in myself until I turned 30, but I needed that much time to change. I needed that much time to grow. I needed that much time to be. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But my last name is Robles, Robles. That means this trips me out. That means oak, and it refers to as it's an Italian oak. And I mean, my name in Italian is oak, and also it's trees. So trees like roots. So wine is roots, and I sell wine, and or I work for people that sell wine. And every time I see a bottle, it's always like Paseo de Robles, Robles. Like my last name's there, like crazy. Like it's building it in my head. Like that's your brand. Respect you, love your name, be who you are. But I never really. It takes a while for roots to grow and for wine. You know, a grape can take up to 4 years, 5 years before it produces anything. And I think that's what happens with me. Just took a few years, few decades for me to really understand who the hell I am. But that's me going back to my family and trying to like help them out. That's me trying to talk to them clarity. That's me trying to fix them. And you see other people turn their back on people, and you're not going to turn your back on them because people turn your back on you and don't give you opportunity. But then you realize these guys are idiots sometimes, and they want this. They're gluttonous for pain. They want to be in the dumps. They don't want to work on themselves. They don't want to. They just want to be. I'm just like, God damn, make some decisions that just move forward. But I can't do that for people, and that's the issue. You know, I can't control what I can't control. I can only be an example. For to you, Jer, I can only be an example, as in you know, the store. I owe you a store. I'm gonna be a man and say what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. Trying to find how I get there though, because I want to do that full time. Once I open that floodgate, I gotta close the floodgate somewhere else. But also, I just heard this other quote the other day, and it's been messing with me. There was a Kobe Bryant joke, quote, and he said, they said, don't, they told Kobe, don't put all your eggs in one basket because you know what's going to happen. And he said, you can put all your eggs in one basket, just get more eggs. And that's the kind of mindset I have. That's the kind of like, I'm like, yeah, there's enough to go around. Let's keep doing this. And I did check this out. We'll talk. I gotta talk about a movie that's on Tubi right now that I'm in, but I'm actually going into like some self change right here. These next three topics I'm gonna talk about real quick, Jer, and I think they'll be good for the topic we're on. Hey man, you're a good man. The store will come. Thank you, man. You know what, dude? I'll tell you this. I've always been told I was a nice guy. I see myself more as a good guy. There's a difference between a nice guy and a good guy. A nice guy, you can kind of you can rely on them. They, you know, they're gonna be there. They're gonna try to help you out. But you can treat them like crap. You can talk down to them, and they'll still show up. You can be negative to them, and a nice guy will still do the right thing and still make sure you're happy. That's a nice guy. I used to be a nice guy. Now I'm a good guy. Good guy does everything the nice guy does, but doesn't put up with your shit. And I don't have to listen to you anymore. I did what I was supposed to do. I did the good thing. I'm moving on. I don't care about your opinion. So I'm a good. Thank you for noticing that. I get that because I'm a good guy doll, Chucky. I like the get more eggs. Yeah, dude. Like I never thought about that before. I mean, I'm sitting this. I listen to all these quotes and everything. I heard it in a podcast, and I was like, holy shit, that's a good one. Or a motivational video. I think I heard it. I listen to a lot of Jared. If you're ever feeling down, look up motivational videos. Just YouTube motivational videos. Find one that has a title you like, or find a song that you like because they put a lot of like cinematic movie to it, music. Or quotes or scenes from movies, and I gotta say that's helped me out. I've been doing that since I was 26. I've been doing that for 14 years. Listening to motivational videos. You know, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Eric Thomas. Gary Vee is a good one. So Gary Vee is more for business mindset. I was listening to him more motivational, but you gotta listen to Gary Vee as a business guy, and it makes more sense to you. If you're an artist, it's gonna be hard to listen to him, but you got to see what he can do. Yeah, so let's go with these topics real quick. So there is a show. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about mental health and media, TV shows, streaming, movies, and music. Because, like I said, with the Beverly Hills Cop movie, it has a lot of mental health topics in there, and so does the Inside Out too. But there's a show that my love has been watching, and I've seen the previews, I've seen the clips on YouTube. But I gotta say, I've been watching this show little by little by little, and it's grown on me. And also because in another universe, I was supposed to be a lawyer. In this universe, I was supposed to be a lawyer, but I didn't do it. But look at this. So the show's called Suits. There's 134 episodes. It was from a Suits TV series, 2011 from 2019, TV 14, 44 minutes. Suits final season. So it ended in 2019. Like this show's already done. But comedy, it's not comedy drama. I don't know about the comedy part. I think it's just a drama. On the run from a drug dealer gone bad, brilliant college dropout Mike Ross finds himself working with Harvey Specter, one of the New York City's best lawyers. Creator Aaron Koch stars Gabriel Mock, Patrick J. Adams, and Meghan Markle. And by the way, that's the Meghan Markle. That's the princess. She's a princess or something now. It throws me off because I saw her first through that. Then I see her on this show, and I'm like, oh, that's her right there. That's her. It's crazy because this show, I feel like this show's barely came out, but it's been gone and done. That's Lewis right there. This is Lewis' character, played by, let me see, that's a good actor. He's a damn good actor. I remember watching him in some horror movies where I was like, dude, that dude's gonna fucking blow up. And he did. Who that plays Lewis Lit? Rick Hoffman. This dude is a damn good actor. Was born 12th of June 1970 in New York City, New York, USA. Is an actor known for Suits, Billions, and Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is that horror movie. So he's brilliant. Kind of like he's got that Jeremy Piven from RE Gold vibe. But yeah, this show. So this show, that guy Lewis, they talk about mental health a lot, and the main character, like Harvey, he has to go to see a psychiatrist or whatnot. Um, and then this last episode, it's like episode season 10 or something, more at the end. I mean, I've only seen throughout. I've like every season I'll watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and this last one was really good because they talk about Harvey going to therapy, which is a good thing. But Lewis gets held at gunpoint. He got mugged, and he can't go through it, so he has PTSD from it. And they show how he's going through it. Last year, when I was attacked by my brother, you know, I was still struggling until recently. Until the other day ago, I started talking about it on stage. I got to get the yuckiness out. I feel better about it because that dude hides. He's a monster and he hides, and I'm like, ah, whatever. You have a folder with them on this channel. Yeah, I do. Bunch of quotes. But Suits, it's really good. The fact that the show is talks about mental health and talk about how Lou's character is like like going through it and how he's processing it and how he's going to recover. I don't know. I'm barely on it. So, but I like seeing that, and that shows me a good like that shows do have mental health awareness and they do talk about it. I'm not saying that everything needs to be mental health. I just like it when the dots connect, and if it don't, it's just a movie. Like there's no mental health or some guy. Some psychopath killer comes out, and we don't need to find out why Jason Voorhees is doing it, or whatever. I just like that it's talked about and not neglected. Oh, the stream is lagging. All right, hold on. I'm probably, let me see where I'm at. Where are we at? Oh, we're about to hit an hour. I'm probably running out of storage. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let me know if it fixes, if it stays the same, or if it needs to be rebooted. I don't On my side it looks good though. But sorry if that's the lag there of. I am a shed. But we're almost done anyways. So also health purposes wise, I'll talk about this. I'm just gonna bring it up now. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. I have been doing I've been working out a little bit. I have to start. I want to go back to the gym, but you can't just go straight to the gym. And I don't want to pay for a gym membership for a month. And I have to first recover. So I've been doing for the last week 100 push-ups. Well, first started 150, then I had to stop it. So now I'm doing at least 100 to 120 push-ups a day, mainly at night before I go to bed. I do 100 push-ups because not too long ago, a comedian by the name of Tom Papa was on the JRE, and he was. I mean, this was probably last year, 2 years ago. He was on there and he was talking about he does 100 push-ups a day. And I don't know if you know who Tom Papa is. He's not like the biggest guy, but if he's doing 100 push-ups a day, that's more than what I was doing. So he could probably kick my ass. So I'm just worried that there's comedians out there that are doing 100 push-ups a day. They're getting strong. Not only are they getting funny, but they're getting stronger. I was kind of thinking of this bit, and it's not coming out like I thought it was going out. But I was just thinking that like if he does it, and that was like 2 years ago, so he's probably super jacked. So now I'm trying to catch up and doing 150. But I've been doing them, and it's starting to. It does work better. Like I think like my elbow feels better, my wrist feels better. Just building up more muscle and just having that muscle memory from younger, just bringing it back to the surface and just focusing on it. Because I think health is a lot. I think if I'm going to be doing the streaming and be working and doing a lot of stuff on stage, I need to I need to focus on my health a lot, and that's just, and physical and mental. That's why I like stumbling on this mental health stuff on just these shows that I'm watching because trying to figure this out between now and next week. But hopefully, I'm starting to get a little bit more social media ish on this. But I need to put this is personal, and this is where I'm coming to at the end. And I'm happy you brought this up earlier, Jared, because there are some times where I feel like I need to do things like I force myself, like, oh, I don't feel I haven't done anything. And I feel like I end up like Jimmy was talking about this the other day, one of the comedians, and he was saying that he had a week off from work, and instead of putting he was gonna get a lot. He made it to do this to not stress out, to not give him anxiety, but he didn't do the to do list, and it gave him more anxiety and more problem at the end. And I was like, I feel that feeling, I know that, but I like accomplishing things, but I don't like looking like I'm burnt out because I had to do 4 or 5 ropes to get to or loops to get there. So in other words, I'm just trying to say that making a list and stuff like that can beat you up, but it's always I always like to do it where if I don't reach it, like I showed you with the when we did the streaming, the first week I didn't do shit. So I was like, I gotta force myself to do it. So here I'm back here again, but we're doing a little different. We're cleaning it up because we're going forward. I try not to go too back, but I have to, but just because you have to grab things and move forward. But I'm learning. All right. So right now I have goals and targets. I'm gonna do a goals and targets segment, and it's gonna be I need goals and targets in order for me to level up. I will just float until I'm aware that I'm floating. Then I take action. I'm aware that I'm floating right now. So it was a no for myself, but I'm aware that I'm floating, and I don't want to keep doing this because it looks kind of funny where you're moving things, you're doing things, we're not getting anywhere. So I want to get more accomplished. I want to do more things. So floating to me is like not bad, but it's like it's good. I want to put on be on the ground. So I got some goals. I got some things to do, and I'm pulling stuff from when I've said it before, like the live streaming and doing that. Um, like right now, this is a guaranteed mandatory Monday nights. I will do this. Unless I'm filming or something, or something big happens where I can't do it. So I'll make up on Tuesday like I used to, or Wednesday like I used to, or maybe Tuesday. But I have a schedule now, so the schedule's kind of help me more figure out this is what you're doing, this is what you're working on, this is what you're going for, this is what you need to do to prepare yourself for this and that. A lot of my projects they're actually not on pause anymore. I can actually start working on them because I'm just gonna get them out the best way which I can. And I do have Carter these days. Carter is my AI assistant, so that's going to be a big help on me. He's going to help me out a lot organizing well, organizing everything. But that being said, just like working out, doing small things like that. Like I got 7 days. I'm gonna do it again right now before I go to bed. I'm gonna try to keep stacking, keep moving forward, keep stacking. Like I want to do well. I want to do good, Jared. I want to show you that, you know, like you can do it. And it sucks because I look at my stuff and I try to be preacher or anything, but I do try. I do have a lot of motivation inside of me. I listened to motivational videos for 14 years and going still, so I have a lot of that in me. I can help people motivate, and I don't try to like just make sound like a soundbite. I try to do what I can. Also, because I don't want to be like my dad and do shit, but I don't want to be like I don't want to be like one of those people that tells their kid, "I'll do it later." You won't. I wanted to show my kid, "Hey, my dad attempted the things he wanted to do, and he whether he got them or not, or whether they came out good or not, he at least did them." And I think I hold no real regret in my heart or in my head for that. And the things I regret are more is like me standing in the pocket way too long, or me staying around somebody which I shouldn't have, or me believing in someone that I shouldn't have believed in. And no matter what they do, they always show you their horrible side, and always do. And then you just kind of think I gotta get over it, and then that's what you do. Also motivate. Yeah, that's a dude. Put that on a shirt. Jared says hustle and motivate, and that's what you get there. It's true, man. That's true. I'm in a hustle mode right now too. This I've always been in hustle mode. I just don't act on it too hard that much because I have to be home more. So one of my jokes now is that working 3 jobs and trying to have one to be work from home. But I got HR here and she is a ball buster. So it's hard. It's hard. HR is on me, man. I gotta be on it. Nipsey Hustle, RIP. I know, man. RIP Nipsey. I'm one of those people that know about him till he's gone. So I wish I would have appreciated him while I was here. And it's also stupid the way he was taken. So it's just we don't need to be playing these old roles. Like let people talk, let people grow, let people be who they need to be. All right. So that being said, I gotta come to the end of the show. I gotta hurry up and get ready to go to bed. I gotta take a shower, do my push-ups. I did eat. I actually came in to have dinner. I had a nice dinner tonight. So shout out to HR for having some good dinner. But I want to share something with y'all because your boy got to hang out with a filmmaker this weekend, and it was someone a filmmaker of the movie I'm in, and the filmmaker is Rob Mabry, He made a little movie called The Legend of El Chupacabra, and he screened it at the let's see, at the theater that we're at the Fallout. Oh, sorry. Here we go. He screened it at the Fallout, and I got it started. I was the one that said, "Hey, we should screen it." Whatever. I dropped the ball, got a lot of things going, and they still managed to do it. It was a small turnout, but I got to be there, and I got to hang out with him for like a whole hour before the movie started because I did Electrònico Funtastico. But if y'all go to Tubi right now, see that? Go to Tubi and The Legend of El Chupacabra 2023, 1 hour, 39 minutes. Comedy. A young cryptozoologist hunts the legendary El Chupacabra in hopes of collecting a $50,000 reward with the help of his strange best friend and the only girl he's ever loved. Director Rob Mabry, writer Rob Mabry, stars Alison Victoria Wolf, Michael Ocho Torina, and Kiki Suki. But if you look right on the center there, that's my boy with the glasses. That's Sam Pierce. He's one of the employees there at the. His name's in the middle of the movie poster. He works there at Fallout with me. He's an actor. He's in the movie. He does a great job. Um, give it a shot. You'll see me in the first. I come out in the first parts of the movie, but I'd say give it a shot. This is shot in like San Antonio area. Rob's from San Antonio, so it was really cool. So I'll give a shout out to Rob Mabry. I would like to point out this movie, more of this movie if I could. I mean, I'm in it, but yeah, it was a good time. I learned a lot. He was one of the first sets I came back to when I was getting back into filmmaking. I love that he had me on set. I love that I had him on my show. You just need to talk. I need to talk more about the things I'm in, and I need to promote this so people know that it's out there right now on Tubi for free. And I would say you get the first 25 minutes. I'm in there. You know, you'll see me. I, I don't want to say who I am, but somewhere in there. And just watch it. And if you get to the end, leave me a review or tell me how you like it or something. You can go to the My Manic Movies Facebook page or IG, and you could just say, "Hey, watch the movie. Tell me what you thought." Because I got access to Rob Mabry. He's got another project he's got going on. So, like your boy here, which I'm still stuck on pre-production, he's got already going on for it. So I'm learning from other filmmakers. Like I said, I'm learning how to be where they're at and what's going on. Because also modernizing. I'm going from an old timey time from film to video, and video is completely different. But you can do the same things. So go ahead and watch it on Tubi. Legend of del Chupacabra. I'm in that flick. Um, yeah, there's quite a few. There's about 5 movies I'm in, so that they're gonna be out. So we'll see from last year. I haven't done any this year, but I think I should be doing my own. I did get invited to be in some movie sets, but I couldn't do it. Financially, I couldn't make it, or just timing. But yeah, so let's talk about this final thing we're gonna talk about before we hang up. I got about 2 or 3 minutes, but I will say this. Show's been a big help, a big thing on me. Um, taught me how to do things, taught me how to build confidence. It's taught me how to be myself, and I've been able to do things like this now. Electrònico Fantastico. It's a variety show. It's a video, sketch, stand up, and improv comedy. I had a great time this weekend. It already passed, but we're gonna do another one. Looking for the fourth and fifth installment before the year's out. Hopefully, I can get at least the fourth one. I need to. We're gonna look into live streaming. Nate Archer and I, a friend of mine, he's in my troupe. We're gonna look for doing a live stream, doing that because I get a lot of people that want to live stream it, and for a few bucks, because I need to pay the theater for the space. So if I need to give them, not pay them, but if I make money, I would like for them to get percentage because let me use the space. There you go. That's what I meant to say. Um, but I want to say that I'm able to do things like this now, and I'm gonna do more things like that. I know some people have been reaching out to me like, I didn't know you do this. I'm like, what? Post like shit like crazy. But keep an eye. Look what I'm doing. I'll start doing more clips. I'll start showing more stuff. I have the latest and greatest. I got a new intro, and I actually here. I'll give you a little taste. There he is. I didn't want to upload it. It takes too much memory, but I can show you real quick. Here, I'll show you this. So that's a little bit of. I gotta start showing off because I have three movies in my phone that I need to show. So I'm having fun now. I'm doing more good I can. I've always liked to entertain myself and enjoy myself, but now actually having real fun and being able to share it is what I'm trying to do here. And thank you, Jeremy. I know you're in here. You're the only one here now with me, so I want to say thank you for supporting me, man, because it does. You know, I mean, I'm listening. I'm here. As much as I have a busy schedule, I try to make time and try not to keep myself too busy. I think I learned that from my mom. I think I learned that just keeping yourself busy all the time, you can't avoid things. I don't want to avoid things too much anymore. But we'll leave this with the last thing because this is something. And Jared, you were showing me this too because I love this. So we're gonna leave it with Stan Lee, face front, true believer. Hey, true believer, it's Stan Lee. Stan Liebowitz. No, the big influence on my life. Also outside of just storytelling, comic books and art and everything. Also, just his story and just learning to do your own things, learning to be yourself, learning to grow, learning to get your ideas out. Stan Lee was a big influence on me. And also, when I got into comic conventions, after my first two, I was like, the year ended and I was jumping into 2019. And I was like, I need to meet Stan Lee. Wherever he's at, I'm going to go. That's my number one. And as soon as I said that, a week later, he passed away. So I'm like, wow, I had time, but don't take things for granted. Learn them. But you don't know that till you go on. Maybe loss is what it is. But I used to love it when Stan would always say, you watch something from like the 80s and 90s when he comes out, and he's always like, hello, true believers. Even the 70s, he was a lot harder on it. But the whole term of true believer, like you can believe anything you want to believe in, but if you're a true believer, you believe just like everyone else, and it's you believe in the stories, you believe in the comic books. I still get I had someone the other day tell me to my face like it was a bad thing, but it was like such a in the passing, and it was like a family. Oh no, that's right, it was a family member, but I was just whatever. She's like, you still watch cartoons, and I was like, I'm funny. It's funny how you're putting that you're putting me down for that, but my mind has evolved to understand that as an adult. Where are you at? Oh well. I know, get the car. I think people. I get that a lot. Like people just come up, my family members first come up to me and start barking at me and stuff. So I get to the point where I get like, all right, sure, whatever. But you know, I believe, and I still believe, even though Stanley's not here anymore. I still see a lot of different things. And I still love the just art and storytelling. I think I can strip it down to just the bare bones, and that's what I like about it. And I think for the most part, this is a mental health show because you can talk to me about anything, and I'll be open about it as much as I can because I'm trying to get out my ideas. I'm trying to see who's out there, and it just takes one. That's all it does. It honestly, it takes one person. It's me, but it takes a second person to get the voyage going. And I need you, Jared. That's why you show up. And I think the fact that you've consistently been here and you're being a big influence on my life, and not just showing up and giving you crap, not just showing up, getting things going and figuring them out. And also just having the ability to do this stuff. I didn't realize that I've put myself at a point where it's hard, but I can do it. Other people can't do it. And other people, they have they're on a path that it would be 180 for them, where I just never stopped. I don't know any difference. And that's why with tonight with stand up, I really just like, I'm like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. You better do it. Get better at it. Understand you've taken classes. You write all the time. Like, come on. But I think like being able to be honest the other day on set about just something that it was just personal, and then know that nothing happened to me. I didn't get struck by lightning. I did or of know of yet. But it's just I'm okay with being myself, and I'm okay with. Oh no, I've been summoned. Hey, it's already the end of the show. You can come in here. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, man. These people here, man, they depend on me too. So, hey, look, I didn't mean to like make this thing a angry burrito face, but kind of, who does it look like?
Like Mr. Potato. Why do they Cleveland Brown Mr. Potato?
But who you think Cleveland Brown is, fool?
I know.
All right, Jared, I gotta go. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. I believe I got more of the subjects, but yeah, like I said, so we'll start working on the streaming schedule. I'll do it this Wednesday. I'll start 8 a.m., 10 a.m. I don't have anything really scheduled till noon on Wednesday. So I'll focus on going that. We could do shop talk, and that way, because we do 8, that's like 8 weeks, and that's at least enough things we can bring back and see, pull, and create. So then the Thursday, that's not starting soon, but I'll probably keep Thursday open. Then Friday we'll do Friday night flicks, and then Sunday we'll figure it out. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'm kind of looking at streaming right now. We'll figure it out. I gotta get the schedule going. But thank you for hanging out with me, Jared, and everybody else that came in tonight. Thank you for coming out. Look forward to next week. Try to get more of my stand-up more screen ready. I think it's getting there. I think it's appropriate. So I can start showing my clips and start doing my jokes and see if they're likable, hateable, see what comments they are. But, well, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you there. Yeah, have a good night.